5 things that will destroy your relationship if you don't work on them. The first thing is still being friends with your ex. Still being friends with your ex or exes. Why you don't want to still be friends with your ex while you're in a brand new relationship? The first reason is that you're gonna bring a lack of trust in that relationship. Despite the fact that you could tell your boyfriend or husband everything about the relationship, in the back of their head, they're gonna have one question: why are you still friends with your ex? Because you guys were in a relationship, it did not work, you both decided to move on, but why are you guys still together? What's the reason? There are exceptions. 2 exceptions. The first one is if you have kids with your ex, that's understood. At that point, it's not even being friends. It's more of a mutual connection because of the child. All the stuff that are needed to help the children feel comfortable with their mommy and daddy. The second thing is if you guys are still running a business together, at some point, there's gonna be some conversation, there's gonna be some line of communication and some boundaries that are gonna be related between the two of you guys, or mutual between the two of you guys, that's needed. Other than that, this is not a good fit for your relationship. If you still have it going on in your relationship right now, and if you think it's okay for you to bring it to a new relationship, sooner or later, you will have to learn it the hard way. The second reason is being too comfortable. The second reason is being too comfortable. At the very beginning of the relationship, or even when you didn't have a relationship, you used to go to the gym every day, taking care of yourself, being fit, always going out, having fun. You were the fun person. You used to do things because at some point you wanted to have somebody in your life. Even when you guys were dating, it used to be so fun. You guys would go out every day, or at least 2 times a week, catching a movie, doing a lot of things that were completely exciting things to do. And don't get me wrong, once you get inside of a house or you get in depth into the relationship, things are gonna change regardless of what. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have to sit down and build a tree and make things happen in the proper way. But at the same time, you don't want to beat that guy who's just gonna let yourself go, not controlling your hygiene, not controlling what you're contributing to the relationship when it comes to making it a long-lasting relationship. So on that, you really need to think about it, because being too comfortable is not good, and it's gonna affect you at the end of the day. The third reason is trying to change each other. The third reason is trying to change each other. You cannot change somebody just because they're now in your life. If the guy used to go out at least 2 times a month with his boy, I understand that you guys can compromise. But don't tell him that he cannot go out anymore. Because that way, it's just gonna bring a lot of things to the relationship that you don't want. If he used to eat his rice a certain way, and you come out of nowhere and telling him how he's supposed to eat it, that's a problem. There's a difference between boundaries, compromising, and changing somebody. And you don't want to do that. So if she used to hang out with the girls, having some fun with the girls, and do a bunch of stuff, you are in no right to tell her that she cannot do those things anymore. I understand if you don't want the person to do it as often as they used to do it, but telling them that they cannot do it because you don't like it, this is wrong. This is entirely wrong. The fourth thing is not only communicating, but communicating with understanding. I feel like a lot of people always forget about that. It's like, you need to communicate in a relationship. It's important that you communicate in a relationship. But a lot of people do communicate, but they don't communicate with understanding. Let's say that I just tell you something just to tell you something, but I don't care if you're understanding or not. If you understand it or not, this is going to be a problem. I don't know how you're taking that conversation we just had. I don't know how my communication went through you. I don't know if my delivery was substantial enough for you to really work on what we just talked about. So without me understanding that there are ways that I have to approach you for you to accept that and work on things, there's definitely no need for us to communicate. Yes, we're gonna communicate about things, but we might say something today, and then the next day the same thing happened, and we have to talk about it, keep talking about it, and then nothing is resolved. That's gonna be, a constant problem, and we're gonna still have the same problem over and over, because yes, we did communicate, but we did not communicate with understanding. The fifth thing that you don't want to do in your relationship is lying about cheating. Cheating is already bad, but when you lie about it, case closed. Because sometimes people are okay with working things out. People are okay with understanding that there are some parts in the relationship where they did not really value you as their partner. People are okay with sitting down and work things out. But if you're not giving the person the option or the choice for them to work things out, there's no way that this is gonna work. Because I'm trying to understand what happened and what did happen, but you sitting here and lying and keep on lying about the same thing. And sometimes people will break up not because of cheating, it's because of people lying about things they did, but refuse to accept the fact that that would be the only way for them to move on from that thing. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So, if we put everything together, those 5 things, regardless of how you think about it, regardless of how you see it, they will absolutely destroy your relationship if you don't work on them. Period. Whatever relationship, race, gender, whatever it is, they will destroy your relationship. On that note, leave us a comment below. Let us know how you think about the video. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace. For those of you who've been with us from the get-go, we appreciate the love and all of your support. And for those that are just finding out about the channel, feel free to look around. While you're at it, leave us a subscribe and hit the notification bell, because we have way more to come. Peace.